On The Bold and the Beautiful, tomorrow, Thursday, July 3rd, 2025, Sheila realizes she needs to find Luna. We've got the photo spoilers of what's coming up. Luna held Ms. Dillon at gunpoint and told her to call Steffi. She wanted Ms. Dillon to convince Steffi to come to the art school, and she reluctantly complied. But now that Steffi was on her way, Ms. Dillon wondered what Luna had planned for all of them. It doesn't take long for Ms. Dillon to realize that trusting the stranger named Miss Sunshine was a grave error. Steffi arrives at the art school, held at the former Spencer Beach House residence. She realizes that instead of being greeted by Ms. Dillon, Luna is there. Before Steffi arrived, Luna spared Ms. Dillon's life, but tied her to a chair and bound and gagged her in the back room. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Soap Spectrum. I am Emily here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi's being led into a trap, and at the helm is the green Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, aka Luna Nazoa. It's Morphin time! You know things are in dire straits when Remy shares concern for Luna with Sheila Carter. Now, if that doesn't scream warning, nothing will. And if you've forgotten who that gentleman is, here is a quick reminder. He is the guy who shared deepfake nudes and made Elektra have to leave town. Then he stalked her to LA and did it again, this time sharing it with Katie, the head of PR for Forrester Creations. He is, in short, a bad guy. As for Sheila, well, she won't be making sainthood anytime soon either. But for the two of them to be worried about Luna is a huge red flag. Steffi needs to take Luna seriously, although to be honest, I'm struggling to do that when she's dressed as the Green Power Ranger. The last time it was Morphin time, Steffi got locked in a cage, and the building she was trapped in was scheduled for demolition. Fake LA comes with a lot of assumptions, like no qualifications for teachers. Let's just assume that this stranger won't allow harm to come to the students, shall we? Meanwhile, this revenge plot of Luna's is starting to look like something out of a horror film, leaving an origami fortune teller with 4 symbols that spell out danger in clue form. But were totally missed when Hayes brought it home from school. Miss Sunshine made it for him, was all Taylor and Steffi were told. The clues were a sun, a moon, a broken heart, and a woman with X's for eyes. Okay, try giving all that an innocent explanation. I'll wait. Wake up, ladies. Luna represents a clear and present danger. If it weren't so comical with the return of green jumpsuit and all the quotes from Nozawa Power Rangers going through my head, I'd be genuinely nervous for the outcome. But that shouldn't preclude Steffi and Finn from being more security-focused. The Bold and the Beautiful has made its audience dizzy for decades with its never-ending Brooke-Ridge-Taylor love triangle. At this point, viewers seem less invested in who winds up with the dressmaker than they are annoyed by how pathetic it makes everyone involved look. On top of that, many a fan is suggesting that we already know who Ridge's destiny is, and it's neither of his occasional wives. Ridge only has one love interest, Dixie Belthie posited on Reddit. It's Ridge! NoLab9772 exclaimed, the way my eyes rolled when Brooke said Taylor knows she's Ridge's second choice. Because Brooke, so are you! Ridge's first choice will always be himself. At the end of the day, there's no arguing the point. Ridge does always put himself first. Never mind the promises he's made. Never mind the sins he's been forgiven. It inevitably comes down to his skewed POV and massive ego. Flat Variation 4794 did the math, and it adds up. Ridge equals the biggest narcissist of all time on soaps, and these two idiots are fighting for him? He is a liar and a cheater. It would be one thing if Bold and Beautiful played Ridge like the callous cad that he is. The show could use a playboy a la All My Children's Tad, or the Bill that Bill no longer is. But Ridge isn't sold as a bed-hopping Casanova. He's packaged as a marriage-minded romantic hero. And the only person to whom he could make a lifetime commitment is himself. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint that Katie Logan may finally find the love she's been missing and discover true happiness at last. Could Katie's perfect match be just around the corner? Katie hasn't had a proper love interest in quite a while now. So many B&B fans are eager to see her in another relationship. Romances are a huge part of soaps, so it's reasonable to want single Katie to eventually find the right person. Of course, Katie is a strong, independent woman, but that doesn't mean she has to stay alone forever. Now that Katie's heart has had enough time to heal from past breakups, maybe she should put herself back out there. The question is, which man should Katie be paired up with? Katie could potentially re-enter the dating pool and meet a brand new hunk if the show wants to give her one. It would be fun to see Katie explore something different for a change, especially if it brings a handsome cast addition. That said, we know how B&B operates and won't be surprised if Katie revisits a romance from her history. Could Katie and Bill Spencer get another chance at living happily ever after? Since Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester will reunite down the road, that news could inspire Katie to give Bill one more opportunity to fix things between them. Katie obviously hasn't been too pleased with Bill lately due to everything that went down with Luna Nozawa. However, Bill is already starting to understand that it was wrong to get Luna pardoned and will be deeply sorry once Luna's latest round of chaos plays out. Since Bill will be remorseful for his actions, there's room for forgiveness. That goes for Bill's past mistakes with Brooke and any other ways he's hurt Katie over the years, too. If Bill has truly learned to love only Katie, maybe he could be the guy she deserves this time around. Will Spencer has been wary when it comes to his parents reuniting, but Bill could prove he's changed and ultimately put his family back together. Whatever the case, the bold and the beautiful spoilers say Katie could make some updates to her love life in the coming months, so don't miss what's ahead. Welcome to the Bold and the Beautiful Daily YAPP for a quick, and by that I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it. On the Bold and the Beautiful today, Remy finally told someone that Luna had a gun and knew how to use it, but left out a rather important detail of his chance training session at the local gun range. Sure, Remy said he was concerned, so much so that he went somewhere he's not welcome to see if Luna was hanging out where she killed 2 men. But she hadn't responded to his texts. So bizarre, considering they barely know one another. But also not knowing his audience, he told Sheila her family tree was also bizarre. Not taking the hint that she was mildly offended at the word, he doubled down. Your son never knew that you were his birth mother. His daughter never knew him, a daughter he had with his adoptive aunt. Yeah, I'm sticking with bizarre. Not that we disagree, but let's spell some things out for people. Remy's so worried that he goes where he's been told to stay away, then leaves out the part that Luna was shooting Steffi's picture as the target. Rather important detail if you ask us. Not that he's alone in this. Elsewhere in the Origami Collectors Club, Steffi and Taylor struggled so much with Luna's fortune teller drawings that they only took 3 out of 4 into consideration. Sunshine? Broken heart? Dead woman? What could it mean? They wondered, completely ignoring the obvious moon. If only they weren't so distracted worrying about Luna being a threat, maybe they would have caught on to that one. Want more details? We got you! Soap Central has the best full B&B recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each and every one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not, seriously, do not, forget to read the 2 scoops for some laughs in the as close as we can come to being a watching party without actually being a show. And the best part is, if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that there are 3 ways Luna Nozawa just predicted Taylor Hayes' future, albeit inadvertently. That fortune teller clue will inevitably lead to some devastation, so let's talk about the crushing blows ahead for Taylor. Luna couldn't have known Taylor would be the one to open up that particular fortune, but the origami fortune teller knows all. The fact that B&B had Taylor unfold the broken heart pic was still a major hint about the heartbreak headed her way. However, heartbreak can come in many forms, and that could soon be the case for Taylor. It's obvious that Taylor is indeed on the road to some suffering, so let's talk about the multiple forms of pain she'll face. 1. Taylor and Ridge's broken engagement. When you think about it, marriage is really about 2 hearts coming together. Taylor and Ridge Forrester's engagement sealed the deal in Taylor's mind that their hearts beat as one. Unfortunately, the one heart that Taylor thinks she shares with Ridge now is about to sever, and that means a broken engagement is brewing. 2. Ridge breaks Taylor's heart by going back to Brooke. Of course, Taylor's own heart will break as well when Ridge reunites with Brooke Logan. Brooke and Ridge's reunion is indeed happening in the not-too-distant future, so Taylor will have to deal with the heartache that follows. 3. Taylor's broken heart syndrome could flare up. Once Taylor's feeling devastated over her happy ending with Ridge getting snatched away, that could take a toll on her health. There's a chance that broken heart fortune could mean her broken heart syndrome will flare up too. That's the last thing Ridge wants, and is probably a big part of why he felt so obligated to stick to his commitment. Nevertheless, Taylor could have some medical drama that resurfaces once Ridge smashes her heart to smithereens again. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Luna's fortune teller will set the stage for Taylor to face some difficult setbacks, so stay tuned for updates on all the bad news headed her way. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for Thursday, July 3rd, reveal that Steffy Forrester will walk into Luna Nozawa's trap at the beach house, while Hope Logan will still have a miracle wish for Liam Spencer. For starters, Grace Buckingham will give Liam some tough updates on Thursday's B&B episode. Unfortunately, Grace won't have good news to pass along when it comes to Liam's condition. Nevertheless, Hope will root for some miraculous turn of events. Eric Forrester managed to survive when it looked like all hope was gone, so Hope will remind Liam of that. Although Liam may not be as optimistic, he'll assure Hope that he wants to savor as much time with his loved ones as he can, especially Hope, Steffy, Kelly Spencer, Beth Spencer. Meanwhile, Steffy will head to the beach house and reel when she realizes she's walked straight into Luna's trap. Hostage Ms. Dillon was forced to summon Steffy there over the phone and will be tied up out of sight when Steffy arrives. That'll give Luna a chance to confront Steffy alone and deliver some fierce threats. Steffy will feel panic rising up since Luna will wave that gun around and make it clear that she's going to pay. As for Sheila Sharp, she'll flip out now that she knows Luna was getting tips from Remy Price at the firing range. Sheila also remembered Luna's cryptic comment about going out with a bang when she left Los Angeles, so she's definitely growing concerned. In fact, Sheila will be concerned enough to visit the Cliff House, where she'll spell out why she's worried and seek Steffy's location from Taylor Hayes. Taylor may not be sure she can trust Sheila, but Sheila will make it clear that Steffy is in grave danger. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Sheila will be on a mission to save Steffy by the end of the week, so don't miss all the action. Romy Park took to social media to post a video in which she reenacted a scene from The Rookie, Feds, which she was in. Ever since it was revealed that Finn fathered Luna on The Bold and the Beautiful, Poppy's been almost persona non grata. Even though Bill dumped her after Luna turned out to be a homicidal maniac, his portrayer, Don Demont, has helped her real-world alter ego, Romy Park, through a tough time. Despite drama happening in her life, Park continues to keep her fans on social media entertained. She recently shared a fun flashback that had everyone talking. Park shared a quote on Instagram from writer Hope Collier that stated, "All I ever wanted to be is who I am becoming." The B&B actress continued with, "So happy to still be in touch with at Rachel S. Lux, and much gratitude to her for all her help and support on set." She was referring to actress and production assistant Rachel Greninger. Park finished by giving a shout-out. Directed by @CinemaGuy. That was a nod to cinematographer and director Michael Goy, who directed the 2022 episode of The Rookie, Feds, called Face Off, which Park appeared in. Attached to the post was a dual video in which Park revisited that role. The video Park shared was split horizontally. On the top half, we see Park as she is now removing a wig and stating, "And all those women are me." Below is a scene from The Rookie, Feds, in which she appeared, doing the exact same thing with a blonde wig to co-star Kevin Zager's character Brendan. Greninger commented, "Glad we connected, Dollface. Love seeing you shine." Goey also jumped in with, "It was so much fun directing you in that episode." One fan wrote, "Awesome, I love your blonde hair, Romy," while another responded, "Slay, I never said that until now, but this is appropriate, lol." And celebrity fashion stylist and designer Lisa Balfour wrote, "Wow, like the blonde, too." To which Park replied, At Lisa Style Diva, it was fun being a blonde for the day. These former criminals could save Steffi's life. Luna is on the loose on The Bold and the Beautiful. She's set on getting revenge on Steffi, and her plan has destroyed Los Angeles. But she doesn't care who she has to hurt to get what she wants. She'll even use Hayes as a pawn in her game. Remy and Sheila are concerned about what she could do next. Because of this, a surprise twist could come to the soap. Luna shared her plans with Sheila. She thinks she can trust her grandmother since she's a she-devil who's caused her share of trouble in the past. Maybe Sheila could lend Luna some advice, but Sheila doesn't want anything to do with Luna's plot. She wants to make sure that her granddaughter doesn't end up in the deep end. Surprisingly enough, Sheila still cares about Steffi and Finn, even though they both want nothing to do with her. Sheila doesn't want any harm caused to her son or grandson. Thankfully, Sheila has someone who could help her. Remy ran into Luna at the shooting range, where she used Steffi's photo for target practice. Remy's been concerned about Luna's obsession with Steffi. If anyone understands obsession, it's Remy, who was once obsessed with Elektra. He recently met up with Sheila, who expressed her concerns about Luna. These two convicted criminals could figure out the clues that Luna has been leaving around town. She's already left a trail of origami everywhere. According to the B&B spoilers, Steffi will warn Finn and Steffi about Luna before it's too late. She might finally redeem herself to the family. This could be her way in, while Luna heads back to jail. Sheila already saved Kelly's life in the past, yet it wasn't enough for her to have tea with Steffi and Finn. Remy could also redeem himself in the eyes of the Forresters. Thankfully, he's no longer obsessed with Elektra. Helping to get Luna back in jail will prove that he's become a better man. Maybe his former friend will see him in a new light. Will might watch out. Elektra could end up forgiving Remy and allowing him back in her life again. What are your thoughts? Do you think Remy and Sheila will redeem themselves? What do you think will happen to Luna? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers and updates reveal a July sweeps update as the show is set to deliver a whirlwind of excitement in the upcoming month. Audiences can expect intense confrontations and unexpected rescues, so let's dive into the drama that's on the horizon. To begin with, Luna Nozawa has decided it's time to leave Los Angeles after finding herself on the wrong side of the law once more. Nevertheless, before she departs, Luna is determined to confront Steffi Forrester one last time. Meanwhile, Luna will once again get too close to Hayes Finnegan to present him with another gift. Fortunately, it seems that Hayes will be spared from the impending danger. Instead, it will be Ms. Dillon who becomes ensnared in Luna's devious scheme aimed at Steffi. Ms. Dillon will deceive Steffi into coming to the beach house under false pretenses, compelled by the gun-wielding Luna. Once Ms. Dillon is bound and gagged, Luna will focus entirely on Steffi, gearing up for a deadly revenge for her unsuccessful attempt to connect with John Finn Finnegan. When Sheila discovers Luna's intentions, she will alert Taylor Hayes and receive some vital information. Sheila will learn that Steffi is on her way to the beach house and realize that this must be the place where Luna plans to confront her. Everything indicates that Sheila will intervene to save Steffi from Luna's fury, but will she end up getting hurt in the process? Could this rescue be sufficient to alter Steffi's perspective on how much Sheila has genuinely transformed? As for Luna, she will undoubtedly be anxious about the possibility of being arrested and ending up in the last place she wishes to be. Meanwhile, terminally ill Liam Spencer will do everything in his power to remain alive for as long as he can. Whether that means undergoing treatment to extend his life or relying on Liam's strong will, he'll manage to stick around quite well since Clifton is still actively filming. However, Liam will continue to face some challenging symptoms and may eventually confide in his family about what he's dealing with in the weeks ahead. Certainly, we need to discuss the upcoming special episodes of the B&B set in Naples and Capri. Ridge Forrester will abandon his commitment to Taylor Hayes and ultimately chase after Brooke Logan during this Italian escapade. Nick Marone will attempt to draw Brooke closer while in Italy, even presenting her with an engagement ring. However, Ridge will come to Brooke's aid when a water mishap occurs, setting the stage for their true love to shine through with their reunion. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers indicate that there are still some surprises in store for July, so keep watching. Are the writers of the show doing him dirty? That's what a lot of the Bold and the Beautiful fans can't help but wonder when it comes to Bill Spencer. You would think that the character would be front and center, seeing how his son Liam Spencer has been dying of cancer, but for some reason or another, that just hasn't been happening. Yet, Bill has disappeared from the public eye, while his son Liam has been dying day by day on the show. Plus, Bill's other son Wyatt has completely disappeared from the cast, too. Make it make sense already, right? As our loyal readers can imagine, the internet certainly had a lot to say about where this storyline is going. Some have even commented with, "Dollar Bill has basically disappeared from the public eye. Liam is slowly dying day by day on the show. Plus, Wyatt has completely disappeared from the cast. I don't know what the writers are doing on The Bold and Beautiful. I have heard better storylines and plot twists in this chat room." Another fan of the show wrote, "Yes, we need Dollar Bill. We need him to be back, but not a nice Dollar Bill sympathizer of Luna, but Bill that's shaking up the town." I found it weird Bill doesn't know about Liam. And then there was this comment as well. Bill should be having meaningful scenes with his dying son at this point. Don Diamont deserves way better than just being tossed to the sidelines with no SL whatsoever, and just popping up now and then. When he was running Spencer Publications in his gorgeous office with his sons Liam and Wyatt, and Justin as his right-hand man, that was B&B at its best. Of course, B&B fans will have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next. The Bold and the Beautiful airs weekdays on the CBS network. Check your local listings for times. In the meantime, let us know what you think by leaving us a line with your thoughts in our comments section below. The Bold and the Beautiful tease that Brooke Logan's life has been spent hopping from one man to the next, and if they're in the same family, Forrester, all the more convenient. Now that Nick Maroney is back in town, will Brooke follow her yellowed playbook and give in to his temptations? Why not? She kissed him in her underwear during their first face-to-face. Let's find out what else Brooke could have up her sleeve. Brooke's daughter Hope Logan is a chip off the old block, but that's another story for another time. When she was younger and Brooke were married, Nick raised Hope like she was his own. Hope would much rather see her mom with naval man Nick than dressmaker Ridge Forrester. Will she play kingmaker for Brooke, despite Brooke being hung up on Ridge? That is a definite maybe, since Ridge has been terrible to Hope in the recent past. He's called her a slut, and worse, and suffice it to say that there's no love lost between Hope and Ridge. Hope teamed with Carter Walton to steal Forrester Creations from its rightful owners. When they succeeded, Hope and Carter rubbed it in Ridge's face and threw a litany of rude names at him while they overtook his office. Eventually, Carter and Hope were overthrown, but not before Brooke lost it with Ridge for the way he treated her daughter. Showing her true colors, she is once again choosing Ridge over Hope. If you were in Hope's shoes, wouldn't you want Brooke with anyone other than Ridge? That's why we predict that she will do everything in her power to prevent a Bridge reunion. To this end, Hope may play dirty to push her mom toward Nick. Even Katie Logan tried to bottom-line Brooke about Ridge, but to no avail. We predict that Hope could go to the dark side to pull Brooke back together again, and this could have disastrous consequences for her future at FC. Tell us B&B fans, would you rather see Brooke with Ridge or Nick or book a stay in a nunnery?